I never thought love could begin so simply. With her it did. She was my first crush, my first kiss. The girl I used to dream about when we were still teenagers. To marry her felt like winning the only prize I had ever wanted. For a while, life seemed perfect. Young love, a modest home, and endless plans. But she wanted one thing above all else, a baby. Not just for herself, but for us. A child who would carry both our faces, both our laughter, both our love in one tiny body. We tried, we prayed, we counted days and months, and when hope seemed almost gone, the miracle finally arrived. Her tears and laughter mixed together the day she told me she was pregnant. I had never seen her so radiant. Every night I'd rest my hand on her belly, whispering to the child inside, telling him or her about the world waiting outside. The pregnancy went smooth right up until the very end. I was at work when she rang, her voice shook. "It's happening. I'm calling the ambulance. Meet me there." Confused, terrified, I left everything behind. The due date wasn't for 2 weeks. None of that mattered now. By the time I reached her, nurses swarmed around her bed. She was in pain, clutching her belly, but she still managed to give me that look, that silent plea, "Be strong for me." I stayed. I held her hand. I whispered strength into her ears. Hours passed, then more. No baby, just pain, just exhaustion. When the doctors checked the baby's heart rate, I saw their faces change. The decision came quickly. Emergency cesarean. Her eyes searched mine. I whispered, "Whatever happens, I'm here." With trembling hands, she signed the papers. Before they wheeled her away, she looked at me and said, "I love you, I'll be back with your baby." The doctor's words, "It's a boy, he's in NICU, your wife is stable." Relief and fear crashed into me at once. I kissed her forehead first, thanking her for surviving. Then I went to meet my son. NICU was cold, filled with beeping machines. And there he was, tiny, fragile, fighting for every breath through a ventilator. My heart broke and swelled all at once. My son, ours. By day 4, she was strong enough to see him. I wheeled her in, and the moment her eyes met his small body, tears spilled down her cheeks. "He's so tiny," she whispered. I leaned close. "But he's ours. I love you both." We visited every day. We prayed. We hoped. We spoke of the future, as if words could build it strong enough to hold. The call came early, urgent. We rushed. Machines silent. Nurses helpless. Our son unresponsive. Her scream echoed through the corridor, a sound that still claws at my chest when I close my eyes. I held her as she shook, my own tears blinding me. The doctors spoke, but their words were just noise. Our son was gone. We signed the death certificate through tears that wouldn't stop. We drove to the beach, sat in silence, watched waves crash as though the ocean itself mourned with us. After hours, she whispered, "What do we do now?" I swallowed hard. "We take it one day at a time. That's all we can do." And I meant it, because grief doesn't follow rules. The funeral passed in a blur. She moved like a shadow, thanking people politely, though I knew she felt nothing but emptiness. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months. On what would have been his first birthday, she lit a candle and sobbed. I coped differently, quietly, inwardly. I thought I had to be strong for both of us. But here's the truth. Support isn't about grieving the same way. It's about holding space for each other's pain, even when it looks different. She screamed her sorrow into the world. I locked mine inside. Both ways were valid, both ways were heavy, but sometimes the weight drove us apart. Our love never died, but the cracks of grief widened until we couldn't bridge them. We separated, not out of anger, but survival. She could no longer bear children after the complications. That truth nearly broke her, but she found a new purpose. She poured her love into the children she worked with, children who needed the care she once longed to give her son. One day she told me she hoped to adopt. "I'll tell them about their big brother waiting for them in heaven," she said softly. And I believed her, because no matter what life took from us, she would always be a mother. I still sit by the ocean sometimes, where the waves cry against the rocks. In my mind, I see a little boy running along the shore calling me daddy. Love didn't save us from loss, but loss taught me this. In a relationship, we must carry each other, even when we carry differently. No grief looks the same, but every heart deserves space to break. And even though my arms are empty, my heart will always hold him. Our son, our forever.